The achievement is supposed to be the pyramid above us that rises out of the desert floor. But actually, it's this labyrinth. These tunnels just keep on going on and on and on.
Archaeologists have found a stunning revelation in the long-mythologized Cleopatra burial place, uncovering a formerly obscure, verifiable story that will profoundly change our perspective on the old world. A surprising disclosure lies concealed underneath the surface. Prepare to change this set of experiences as we are probably aware of them. Cleopatra's standard has been deified in stories of temptation and political ability, and her inheritance has stayed shrouded in secret for a really long time. Prepare for a marvelous excursion back in time that will make you re-examine all that you know. Cleopatra, the amazing Egyptian ruler who fascinated the ancient world, remains a compelling figure nowadays. We have yet to fully understand her burial place, which is cloaked in folklore and secrets. A troubling disclosure has recently surfaced in any case. Where we stand, this might influence history significantly. While exhuming the supposed internment site, archaeologists came across a hidden chamber. They have revealed puzzles that challenge our perception regarding Cleopatra's life and inheritance. Perhaps history's most celebrated figure could be interpreted differently based on this astonishing disclosure. According to reports, Cleopatra's place of rest holds a plethora of data that has the ability to change our perspective on ancient Egypt and its alluring ruler. Fully understanding the importance of the surprising find at her supposed burial site requires a comprehensive understanding of Cleopatra's life and passing in their rightful context. The supposed burial place has a significant find. The enigmatic and spellbinding figure of Cleopatra, the ultimate active leader of Egypt's Ptolemaic system, remains an intriguing presence even today. Political interests and alliances characterized her rule, which began in 51 BCE. Both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, Roman pioneers, had intriguing relationships with her. Cleopatra allowed a deadly snake, an asp, to end her life around 30 BCE, it seems. For an extended period of time, people have been fascinated with the exact whereabouts of her burial plot, causing several hypotheses and expeditions. Most historians agree that Cleopatra was interred in Alexandria, Egypt, where she spent a significant portion of her rule. The specific spot was indistinct. Nevertheless, due to changes over time resulting from catastrophes, city progressions, and warfare that have each impacted the region, locating the exact spot was problematic. Locating her final resting place had become as problematic as searching for an incredibly elusive entity. Utilizing old reports and stories, archaeologists and history specialists established the foundation of their investigation. Plutarch and Strabo, two historical researchers, offered insights on the whereabouts of Cleopatra's burial chamber in the urban areas of Alexandria. The belief prevails that her tomb is probably still concealed there. Despite being useful, the lack of particulars in these reports burdens the reader's imagination. At this place, a collection of devoted archaeologists, guided by a select group of the world's top specialists in Egyptian relics, embarked on a mission to discover Cleopatra's tomb. With the assistance of modern technology and carefully recorded evidence, they set out on a mission to tackle possibly the most noteworthy secret in history while remaining relentlessly devoted to transparency. The purpose of the mission was to expose the truth. The team needed to immediately conquer several hurdles. Alexandria has witnessed substantial changes since Cleopatra's rule. The city's contemporary buildings have progressively hidden its old relics over time. It was necessary for archaeologists navigating through urban areas, old vestiges, and underground water lines to proceed with great caution. They devoted themselves to deciphering centuries' accumulation of ground and refuse. The group's constancy was rewarded after an extended period of digging. A snapshot of hopeless wind was taken upon the discovery of an old entombment chamber. The chamber's dull and weighty atmosphere made their expectations clear as they entered. They would find many relics and skeletal bones inside the chamber. The perplexing pictographs beautifully depicted the powerful sovereign and her standard on the walls. Memorializing the extravagance and wonder of Cleopatra's time were plated stone coffins that were studded with invaluable jewels and featured complex craftsmanship. Nonetheless, the true surprise awaited researchers when they scrutinized the buried relics and skeletal remains. Recent convictions concerning Cleopatra's lineage are now uncertain due to the primer outcomes. Recent discoveries imply that Cleopatra's lineage has more extensive roots in Egyptian history than was previously accepted. Previous administrations' associations, previously unseen or missed, are proven by signs inside the burial place. The meaning of this finding is awesome. Cleopatra's situation as an unfamiliar ruler and her relationship to the Egyptian public would be re-examined, as if her parentage would be followed back into an alternate line, or, on the other hand, on the off chance that her legacy was all the more naturally connected with Egypt. It can possibly reclassify the accounts encompassing her rule, enlightening her arrangements, expectations, and impact in a generally violent age. In the wake of finding out about this startling disclosure, the archaeological and authentic social orders parted ways. Various experts from various fields are anxious to make an appearance, each with their own exceptional point of view and set of expectations. Clashing conclusions emerge, provoking specialists to dig further to either help or discredit the first discoveries. In the long run, the group of archaeologists make the amazing trek down inside the reputed burial chamber of Cleopatra after quite a while of challenging, unearthing, and hounded pursuit. Eagerly, they opened a mysterious burial chamber, uncovering an abundance of relics and insider facts that would change the direction of history. As they entered the chamber, the archaeologists were overwhelmed with amazement. There were intricate, symbolic representations all around the walls, showing scenes of regal grandeur and quality. There was an electric charge in the room as they concentrated on the curios. Gold stone coffins studded with gems and extravagantly cut were among the antiquities found. Stunning workmanship, an impression of Cleopatra's period's extravagance and overabundance. The archaeologists were dazed by the article's magnificence as well as by the ramifications of what they found. The researchers found proof that raised doubts about famous suppositions in regards to Cleopatra's genealogical record. The pictographs and engravings given indicate obscure or missed associations with old Egyptian traditions. This sensation totally overturned our origination of Cleopatra and her situation as a magnificent ruler from a remote place. Cleopatra's connection to the Egyptian public and the historical backdrop of her standard would be reconsidered in the event that her genealogical record drove back to an alternate line or had further roots in Egypt. The tales we've been told for quite a long time should be re-examined. The findings have significant outcomes. Her ancestors were less knowledgeable about Egyptian culture compared to Cleopatra. Her objectives and projects were questioned by others. That turbulent time span saw her make a real difference. This revelation shook the archaeological and authentic social communities, sparking these intense arguments and discussions. New areas of examination and knowledge could have been provoked by the astonishing discovery in Cleopatra's supposed burial chamber, potentially changing history. The standard thought process needed to be reevaluated. The mesmerizing sovereign's life and legacy underwent a closer investigation. The world was eagerly anticipating additional insights and revelations from the ongoing study when the opportune update came. New proof can result in the modification of historical records. The disclosure of the location where Cleopatra is buried has started off another chapter in the scrutiny of ancient Egypt. It also exposed knowledge about the substantial sovereign who had a long-standing effect on the earth. The sensational discovery of the rumored burial place of Cleopatra has unsettled the local academy. Researchers have been encouraged to rethink their doubts and restructure historical messages accordingly. The first set of revelations uncovered in the burial ground might considerably transform our perspective on ancient Egypt and the inheritance of Cleopatra. By uncovering antiques and signs, doubt has been cast on how we can make sense of Cleopatra's lineage. This discovery is among the most fascinating ones. The connections between the burial site's pictographs and engravings and antiquated Egyptian administrations, which were obscure or disregarded, are now emphasized. The potential consequences are unimaginable as we discover Cleopatra's lineage could extend further back to Egypt than was recently assumed. It necessitates us to inspect her condition as a splendid pariah and motivates us to delve into the profundities through which she transformed into a member of Egyptian culture. This recent data about Cleopatra's family lineage carries significant consequences. By re-evaluating the narratives of her standards, her strategies, expectations, and impact are revealed. During a time of turmoil, it achieves this through novel approaches. Challenging the traditional view of her as a foreigner who trespassed into Egypt, this revisionist history underscores her significance in Egypt's rich social legacy. The reconsideration of history also has extensive consequences for our overall perception of ancient Egypt. Through it, we are prompted to reconsider how Ptolemaic governance intertwined with the indigenous Egyptians, exposing new revelations on cultural integration. The intricacy of force during that era is also accentuated. It induces an examination of Cleopatra's affiliation with her forebears and the regular citizens she governed over. Hence, we commence to ponder whether our comprehension of other real personalities and occasions must be revised. Without doubt, this amendment to the past still faces some opposition. A handful of understandings and disputes arise as professionals study the relevance of the disclosure. A few individuals are hesitant to wholly accept that the outcomes are precise, whereas others support the study's importance. Discussions, gatherings, and novel studies have caused a whirlwind of excitement in the scholarly sphere. Professionals seek more evidence to either confirm or contradict the initial settlements. Cleopatra's tomb being hidden away is a strong indication that how we understand the past is continuously in flux. The value of maintaining a receptive outlook while reading authentic records cannot be overstated. Our viewpoint can be enriched and expanded by permitting new information to transform us and delve into the intricacies of human advancement. After the supposed discovery of Cleopatra's burial chamber, researchers specializing in ancient Egypt have been participating in a flurry of investigations and serious dialogue. New possibilities for research have emerged, and the study of ancient Egypt has regained interest. Scholars specializing in the areas of paleontology, history, and Egyptology have added their translations and impressions. Debates that start and vary are often heated much of the time. A handful of experts have wholeheartedly greeted the examination, praising it as a significant discovery that challenges established beliefs about Cleopatra and her time frame. Cleopatra's burial place offers undeniable proof that she had a stronger attachment to ancient Egypt than was previously accepted, according to their argument. Relics and engravings discovered there prompted this. They anticipate that this revelation will cause a review of her status as a foreign ruler, with emphasis on how well she was fully immersed in Egyptian culture. A point of discussion regarding the discovery is whether the antiques and pictographs are real or not. The implications are typically interpreted in an unforeseen manner. Cleopatra's abilities as a politician and a ruler are reinforced by the findings, according to several researchers. To establish her own dominance, she employed Egyptian practices. Some suggest that the new information shows her as an unknown champion who embraced Egyptian culture for political gain. These varied angles have significantly enhanced educated conversations and talks. Sharing findings, discrediting opposing perspectives, and promoting new theories among specialists is now made possible through academic journals, conferences, and symposia. By providing a means for experts to interact, these platforms facilitate idea exchange and field advancement. Bantering with each other, the specialists examine information attentively. The ultimate objective is to evaluate the complete extent of this disclosure suggestions. Regular pieces of logical request remain amidst all the conflicting discussion and arguments worthy of recall. There has been a long-standing dispute between history specialists and archaeologists regarding the interpretation of ancient relics, and these conversations have been instrumental in advancing our comprehension of history. They assisted us in better interpreting it. Cleopatra's burial chamber findings provide a genuine demonstration of how historical inquiries are a continuously evolving craft. Considering new information requires caution as well as boldness in confronting long-held beliefs. Cleopatra's burial place revelations meaning is analyzed and discussed masterfully, thereby stirring up the flames of interest at last. Additional inquiries are being pursued, and as we analyze the existing data, participate in valuable discussions, and refine our translations, we edge closer to revealing the mystery of Cleopatra. Our comprehension of ancient Egypt has also grown. The surprising disclosure was the rumored Cleopatra burial site triggered a reaction among both real-world entities and archaeological organizations. It could be necessary for us to reconsider our knowledge of Cleopatra, including her genealogy and involvement in ancient Egypt. Once we acquire any vital information from the burial place, we'll continue. The disclosure has prompted cheerful teasing, illustrating the evolving character of historical research and the necessity of precise evaluation. The fascination among researchers with Cleopatra stems from the numerous enigmas surrounding her life and inheritance. While the examination goes on, we are reminded that a group of experiences is a complex maze, simply ready to be decoded and reconsidered. Taking into account fresh evidence and optional perspectives, the potential and perseverance discovered through the charm of antiquated history are represented by the surprising find in Cleopatra's burial chamber. Hey, we hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, then please make sure you like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon for more videos from us. Thanks for watching.